All right, so this is really blurry, which really sucks. Wow, this is a lot. All right, so question number 9, read it, please. Okay, so if she didn't sell her Mustang, then Nick Olson is not gonna make a deal, and you're not going to Hawaii, right? So you say if Auntie did not sell her Mustang, then Nick blah 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 did not make a fortune on the deal and will not be going to Hawaii. That's just what you say. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, next one. Number 10. Read.
Rewrite each statement into if-then form and use the fact to decide if the conclusion stated is valid. Explain why. Statement: great swimmers wear aqua swimwear. If someone is a great swimmer, then they wear aqualine swim.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Okay. Okay, fact. Oh, go ahead. That one's true, right? Well, I don't know. I mean, like, right. Well, that will be a false because anybody can wear that swimwear and they might not even know how to swim, right? So that's your explanation. You just say not always true or false, right? And it says decide if the is valid. It doesn't say if it's valid. So just say it's not valid. It's not valid because anybody can wear that swim line, but that person might not know how to swim, right? And not be a good swimmer. No, just put not valid because whatever. Did you put it out? No, put not valid in the beginning so that way she knows. Don't erase that. Just leave it there. Put not valid. Well, did you write down anybody can wear the swim line but not be a good swimmer? Just write on top. Just write on top. Don't erase. Just add on to it. Which is true, right? Anybody could go ahead and do that, right? Doesn't mean that they're a great swimmer. Okay, number 11. Rosario.
Rosario is athletic stock for every fact. Rosario is wearing athletic socks. It is insane.
Yeah, no. Look, statement 2 or to 1. Rosario wears athletic socks whenever he goes to the gym. Okay, so he only wears athletic socks, not any socks, just athletic socks. So if he's wearing athletic socks, he's going to the gym. Therefore, it is Tuesday. So that one is valid. You need to say since Rosario is wearing athletic socks and he only wears it when he goes to the gym, then he must be going to the gym, right? What's your number 12? It's a biconditional statement, right? Remember what's a biconditional statement? Right, but how do you phrase it?
If and only if.
So what this means is that it's the conditional statement, which is P, if P, then Q. That's what the arrow means, okay? And also the converse, right? Which is if Q, then P. And they both have to be true, right? So what would your biconditional statement be?
Two sides of a triangle congruent and the opposite base angles are congruent.
That's a conditional statement. So how do you phrase it as a biconditional statement?
The base angles of a triangle are congruent. If and only if the sides opposite.
Which one's your P and which one's your Q?
My P is the sides of the triangles that are congruent.
Yeah, two sides of the are congruent, right? That's P. What's your Q? What's your Q?
If the base angles of the triangle.
Okay, so then your Q is no. You're looking at the first one. If two sides of the triangle are congruent, that's the P, right? Then the opposite base angles are congruent, right? What's your Q? Opposite?
Opposite base angles are.
Right. Because why would you switch over to another one? This is it. Okay? So your biconditional is P if and only Q. Now replace P and Q with what I just highlighted. So what is your P? No, read your P. If and only if. There you go. That's what you write. Is that what you wrote? I don't know what you wrote. If that's what you.
I just wrote the last part.
Okay. There's nothing else to it. P. The sides of triangle congruent, right? If and only if Q. Opposite base angles are congruent. On the top right there is the converse. The base angles are congruent, which is P, which is the Q. I mean, this makes sense, right? Like this part right here, that is Q, right? This part right here, that is P because it's backwards, right? Okay, number 13. Go ahead. So what's your P? Good. What's your Q? Form right angles. That's your Q, right? So let's write it. What is your biconditional saying?
Or if and only if they.
There you go. That's it. Yep. But make sure you identify the P and Q. Okay. So this is a continuation of week 1, Tuesday, Q2, Math 7. Okay, number 14.
Supplementary if their methods are.
Okay, so statement 1 is going to be the conditional, correct? Conditional is what?
Angles are supplementary. Then they measures added to.
You got it. Yep. It's the short. If P, then Q, right? Okay, now what is your second one? The two angles have the same.
Up.
Good. That's it. Yep, that's it. He's going to ask you if it's true or false. So let's think of this. If two angles are supplementary, they're measured up to 180. Is that true? That's true. If the measurement sum up to 180 and the two angles are supplementary, is that true or false? True. So then guess what? The biconditional statement is also true. Because you test, correct? Did you mention that to you? It doesn't matter how she explains that. Just make sure you still pay attention to it. Okay. All right. 15. Last one.
Segment, two line segments congruent if they have the same length.
If is it is not. Yeah. There's. All right. So what's your P?
If two line segments are congruent, then they have the same.
That's your P. And then what's your Q?
If two line segments have the same, then they are congruent.
Okay. So let's take a look at that conditional. Okay. Conditional is. Say that again.
If two segments are congruent, then they have the same.
True or false? True. Now, what's your converse?
If two segments have the same length, they're
True or false? True. So the biconditional statement is true. Okay. All right. That concludes it. That's it. That's the end of this one. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next one, which is this one, right? That's Friday. Well, I heard it on the next one. Fine. What about Saturday or Sunday? You have not be better? No? We'll try to limit that later. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter. All right, let's. All right. Well, which movie are you planning on?
the galaxy one.
Oh yeah, I still have that. popcorn bucket so you guys can get popcorn.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And she usually goes to 11. She's
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll drop you over there. You guys can watch the movie. I might take your brother and sister. I might take him to 5. And then we'll meet you after the movie. Because I'm not driving all the way home. But what time are you going to the movie? Did you guys figure out?
You said you wanted to look.
Okay, so this is a continuation of week 1, Tuesday, math 7, quarter 2. All right, so read the instructional question, please.
When two lines are parallel, they are on the same plane. Is that true or false? And change the if-then statement.
Okay, so if you do this one, let's just say it, right? So if two lines are parallel, then they're on the same plane. Did you write that? So make sure you identify your two lines are parallel. That's your P, yes? Then identify your Q. They are on the same plane. That is your Q, right? So if two lines are parallel, then they're on the same plane. That's false because they don't have to be on the same plane. One could be on one plane, one could be on the other plane. For example, like look here. Okay, you see how these paper are planes? They could be like this, right? Hold it like this. Hold it like this. Look at me. You see I could draw a line right here and a line right here, and they can be parallel, but they don't have to be on the same plane. Okay, so that's false. If false, give a counter example. You see that right there? So a counter example is false. Okay, if two lines are on the same plane, what do we know about parallel lines? That's true. They have the same one.
They have the angle.
No. Then they have the same slope. Remember that?
No,
You don't remember that?
no, she didn't teach us.
No, you did. Last year. You did. Yeah, you did. I taught you this too.
I thought.
Yeah. All right. Write the converse. Write the converse. What is a converse? It might be helpful if you copy this word down. If then, this is conditional, right? So write that down. Conditional. It's if P, then Q. Make sure you write that down. Converse. If Q, then P. And do you see how you identify the P and Q on the left side? Okay. Inverse. If not P, then what? Okay. Contrapositive. If not Q,
Then
no, then
they're not.
not P. Right? Okay, so what will be the converse? If they are on the same plane, then what? Is that true or false?
False.
It is false. So what is your counter example? We're going to use the same thing here, but we're just going to do it backwards, right? So here is your P. Do you see that?
Yeah.
This right here is your Q. How would you rewrite that as a counter example? No. Hold on.
Oh.
If you do a counter example converse, how would you write this in the converse? The yellow part will go in the back and the pink part will go in the front. Right? So what would you say? If they have the same. Look at your counter. Why are we using angles when there's no angles? I don't understand what you're doing. If they have the same slope, then there you go. That's how you do. You just flip it, right? What's your inverse?
Okay. Inverse is false.
What is your inverse? Say it to me.
Okay, I wrote meaning on counter.
No, I want you to tell me what is it. You're supposed to write that down. You're supposed to write the inverse. Did you write the inverse right here and then you put counter example on the bottom? You're supposed to write the inverse. You gotta squish it in there. Did you know that? Did you have to write it down?
I don't know what it.
Okay, on top of each of these right here, you have to write the conditional statement. So this one, if two lines are parallel, then they are congruent. You have to write that in there. So grab an extra piece of paper and then write on a separate piece of paper. Go grab a piece of paper. I don't give a crap. You're going to be stapling for this. Who cares if you have a notebook? No, this is part of your homework. Why would it be in your notebook? I want you to write down the difference in your notebook. You have to do that. Just because I didn't type it up for you doesn't mean that you can't do that. So just write conditional. Here, let go for a second. Wait. Ridiculous. One, two, three, four, five. Just need four. Write the conditional statement right there. Put conditional on top and then write it down. You do know that I don't have all the time for you. You do know that, right?
No, I know. I just don't know how to do this one. I'm sorry. And I write if two lines are parallel, then they are on the same plane.
Conditional, right there.
Don't they already give that to you?
No, they don't. Because the statement here has when two lines are parallel, then they are on the same line. You see it if and then there? No, you don't. Do the same thing over here, commerce. I really don't know what the heck you were doing upstairs when you didn't bother doing this, because right now I'm doing everything. That's like, it makes me really upset and agitated.
Doing it.
Did you not read the instruction? Can you analyze the statement and rewrite them in different forms? Did you rewrite them in different forms? No, you did not. Writing in different form is if then. The different form is if then. If P then Q. If Q then P. If not P then not Q. If not Q then not P. Those are the four forms. Let's go. Write it down. Write it down the converse. What is the converse? Take down, just flip it backwards. I'm getting agitated with you because this is something you should have done on your own. So use this right here, the counter example that we did, and just write it in the form of the inverse. So what would that say? No, no, we're not using the same thing. This is fine, but I'm saying a counterexample. What would be your counterexample? They do not have the same slope. Do you understand that? Don't copy mine. You need to figure out yourself. Are we done? Did you write down the contrapositive? So if they are not on the same plane, then the two lines are not parallel. Next one, let's go. Read the statement. Second row. Second row. What is the statement in the second row? Right here.
Angle is obtuse, the other must be acute.
Let's write a conditional statement. Identify your P and Q first. Which one's your P? Start with here now.
Is then my triangle is obtuse. This triangle is obtuse.
That's your P. What's your Q?
Other angles must be acute.
So what is going to be your conditional statement? Right here. I agree. She didn't leave enough room for you to write, but that's okay. Write it out. If one angle in the triangle is obtuse, you need to write faster. You don't need to write the whole thing down. Then
the other angle is acute.
Must be acute. Is that true or false?
True.
Why?
angles, you can really make a triangle.
That's true, because a triangle is equal to what?
3 sides.
Yeah, but what's the angle measurement of a triangle? 180. Do you see how this is obtuse? So if I connect this, do you see the two angles here? They have to be acute. Do you see that? So that's true. True? Okay, next one. What is your converse? Write that down. So write true here. You don't need to have this now because you only do the counter example if it's false. You don't need to have all of this. What is this right here? Just cross it out. What now? What is this? What did you write? That's fine. You can leave it there. So true. But you don't need a counter example. Do you understand me? This you must have to have. If it's false, you need to have a counter example. Over here, next one. Write down. Right there. What is your converse going to be?
I'm just writing the other one. So
Oh, yeah, I'm not seeing right now. Okay, you got the P, you got the Q. What is the converse? The converse says, what does that say? So rewrite it with a Q and P right here, with the if and then. If, what's Q? Look over here. What color is Q? Good. If. Now read that. Then read the P part in green. One angle. Once you identify the P, once you identify the Q, you just go to rewrite the converse by replacing the P and the Q with that. That's all you have to do. Is that really difficult? Inverse. Read this part right here. What do you have to do for inverse? I told you not to go and erase anything. Did I not repeat that? I told you to cross it. Why would you erase up here? I need you to go and charge your dad. What is this right here? Read that. Now, go back into here. What color is P? If not the green face, then not the pink face. This needs to go in your photo. I need you to clean this up, please. Take this over there here. Oh. Is this yours? Get this off the ground before I tell them about it. Purple. That's gonna be true as well. Yeah. And the last one's gonna be true as well. What was your P? I would suggest no remainder. You put point something something. Continue with the division.
A wide receiver holds.
That's your P. Which one's your Q?
It gets pulled out.
Okay. Conditional. What's the statement for conditional? Okay, then I'll replace P and Q with the words.
If wide receiver, it gets pulled out.
Yeah.
So that on the top.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, no, right there. This is only for counter examples.
Oh, this is the schedule, so we don't have to do choice board because nobody wants to do it.
The choice board?
Yeah, the choice board that like nobody wants to do it. So students said that, but we still have to do the other.
What's the other one? I'm confused.
What was the other one called? It was the one where I had like to make 3 questions and then answer.
What?
I think it's
This one?
yeah, that one. We just have to do that one.
For every single chapter or for every reading schedule? I actually really like the choice boards. Nobody else liked it? So then she doesn't like to do that?
It's because there were a bunch of kids that like did not finish it. Yeah, so she just changed it.
Really? That doesn't seem like a very good idea. Okay, well, is she gonna give you another piece of paper like this for the next one? When does that due? It's due every Tuesday. Okay.
It's gotten better at 8.
That's good. All right, let's go.
Okay, if
I don't know. I don't play football, so I have no idea. What is all right? I don't know. Not a football fan. So we're gonna put false. Okay, or we're just gonna come up with a I don't know. I mean, I understand why she's doing it, but that's kind of stupid because what if people do not play football? I think a touchdown is 7 points, isn't it?
um,
It's 6 points. So that I'm just gonna put false. I'm gonna say if the quarterback QB makes a touchdown, then it's worth 6 points. Okay. So just so we have that, you could make sure you put IDK because you really don't know because I don't know. And if she has anything to say about it, it's like, I don't watch football, so I really don't know what that means. Does that make sense? Quarterback is the guy that's on the football team that throws the ball. Would you like to?
I'm not into any sport like soccer.
All right. So then what would be the counter example for the converse? Does that make sense? Provide a counter example for that. And then just continue on. And that's basically it. Do I need to help you with this or are you good?